Live quickly. Hurry. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, we're closing some windows around here. Someone's mowing out there, and they're getting loud. But it's nice having that nice.
Oh, look,
he's coming back.
I'm coming back.
He's back from the grave.
Back from the dead.
All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Bye.
And we're out of here. All
that
right.
was some fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, let's see. What do we got going on today? We have we had some news come out today, right? We have your favorite Jolts. The Labor Department Jolts report for March shows job openings at 7.192 million, missing the expectation of 7.48 million, and down from February's revised figure of 7.48 million. So it's funny. What's February's number? 7.48. What do you think we're going to do in March? Let's just say the same thing that we did this month. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
And that didn't work.
What did it do?
It went down.
Those guys.
Yeah, by about
March
300.
was not very busy.
Yeah, well, this marks another sign of cooling labor market, which is easing wage pressures and will influence the Fed policy. The stock market is sitting at, I wish I had my glasses on, we're up 200 and some points right now.
Are we?
Yeah, we were only up 48 earlier. And then we're up only 3 basis points on the bond, which I said only, but that's good because it's better than being down. And the 10-year sitting at 4.1831. We haven't been here for a little bit. Nice to see that going the right way, the way we want it, which is down. All right. So we have FHFA housing.
Another one of my fun ones.
That one came in. Price rose 1/10 month over month for single family homes with the conforming loan levels. So that's what this is. This is the finance, housing, whatever. I can't think of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Finance. I can tell you in two shakes of a. Let's see here. It is the Federal Housing Finance Agency. There. What happens is when I drop it over my notes, it just gets smaller. And I don't have my glasses on there, and they're so big and thick that I couldn't see stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen you in your glasses.
Yeah, you do all the time.
Man,
I always wear my glasses
every now and then.
I wear them constantly.
Okay,
but just not on here because I don't need them I need them for far away to read a sign that's just that much further than what I can normally do at 2020.
Gotcha.
I could be like my wife and go, "What was that sign that just went by?" Put your glasses on.
Stop.
All right, so that came in, like I said, 1/10 higher month over month.
Okay,
year over year growth slowed from 5% to 3.9%, suggesting the market is normalizing after last year's rapid appreciation. Rapid appreciation? No, I would say after many years of rapid appreciation, we went back to a normal appreciation. Normal appreciation is anywhere from 4 to 5% a year nationwide. California's going to be more than that. We know that. Case-Shiller, which came out, and they look at all single family homes,
right?
Jumbo included. They showed that it went up 3.9% annual gain in February, down from 4.1 in January. Sounds kind of the same as FHFA. And while prices are still rising, we're clearly seeing deceleration and growth. I don't know. I think the issues this is a nationwide number. So we have Texas and Florida having those issues that is slowing down the big number nationwide.
Yeah.
If we look at just California, I guarantee you we're 10% or more.
I listened to an agent in Florida yesterday that said, "Oh my God, we've like quadrupled our inventory and prices are starting to drop." And they're seeing it as an issue, and I'm seeing it as a great opportunity for buyers.
Yeah, in about 6 months.
Yep.
Give it time to sell. You don't want to buy right now. You want to buy in about 6 months when they're really
prices are really starting to drop a little bit.
So remember, VA had a moratorium on foreclosures for a while there because of some issues that had happened. That is gone now.
Okay.
And according to auction.com, foreclosure auction volume jumped sharply in first quarter of 2025. Foreclosure auctions were up 34% year over year, making it the 5th consecutive quarter in annual growth. Investor interest is very high with the auctions. And so basically there's more foreclosures happening. Not a ton, but more than what, because 34% sounds like a lot. That would be, so if out of 100, that's 34 more, right?
Right.
Technically 34 more. So that's not like it's, I guess it is a lot more, but it's really not that much compared to what we're used to.
And are you saying that that's a result of the moratorium being lifted
exactly
from the VA?
Correct. So some of
those guys,
some of them went, not all of them
weren't able to get fixed.
So when I was at a conference 2 weeks ago, I was talking to some guys, Cossum, which runs, they say, hey, you need to come over and talk to these guys. And I thought they were all going to be liberals and they're all conservatives. And we were talking about, anyway, what do you think about Trump doing? Yeah. Well, yeah, but I always liked having the other side too. Yeah. So that way I can show that they're wrong. I'm just kidding. And we were talking about things. And one of the biggest issues that is not really talked about is FHA issues with their, they have a lot of loans in default, majorly in default, that are not being looked at, taken care of, or anything, and they're worried about them hitting the market. And I said, well, with the lack of inventory we have, they'll be picked right up.
They'll swallow them up right away. It won't even
most of it. BlackRock's like, well, you go write a check for all of them. You know, who knows? It's not that big of a deal because of where we are. Right. If we were 3.5 million on the market, we'd have a problem, or 1.5 million on the market.
Increased that inventory.
Yeah. Our inventory right now is 735,000 or something like that.
Right.
That's a drop in the bucket. Even if they drop, that's nationwide. They drop 300,000 foreclosures, they'd all be picked up. Maybe not in Florida and Texas right away, but they would be picked up.
Yeah, if you increased their inventory, that would just slow things down a little bit more and bring prices down. But
the foreclosures would. But the only reason foreclosures dropped the value during the 2008 time period, because they became the norm, not. So what happens is when a foreclosure comes on the property now in a neighborhood, it doesn't drop the value of the neighborhood.
No, they sell for market value.
No, I'm just saying, even if it went under market value, it would not change the market value. What the appraiser would say is this property came on at a distressed sell, and that's why the value dropped. That is not normal for the market. This is not the norm for the market right now. We're back in 2008. All foreclosures that came on and all those things that happened, that became the norm for the market at that time, and so they set the values at that time. For one or two foreclosures around here is not going to set new values. You understand?
True, I do. Okay. And I agree.
It's not the trend. That's the word I was looking for. It's not the trend that's going forward. The trend is normal. Follow me? So this is coming.
Let me think.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That was not needed. Just wrong. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Are you taking the fence?
I'm taking my ball and going home.
You just got a new fence. Why would you take a fence?
Oh, I don't know. My wife doesn't like the fence.
Are you serious? Oh, I think it looks great.
Yeah, she didn't want that area so big. She wanted just a smaller little area against the fence, to where you could always look over there and go, "Oh, look, there's trash cans right there." Now I got a big fence to go. What's behind that big fence?
She'll come to love it later.
No, she won't.
Yeah,
because I asked her to come out and look at the stuff and go. She goes, "Why? You're just gonna do what you want."
Well, true.
No,
but you want to share.
Yeah,
and you like her input, right?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, sure. No, I tried to take everything in, but I wanted a nice big area where now there's only one way in my backyard, right? That, and the fence is going to be that tall all the way around our backyard.
Yeah,
7-foot fence. 4-foot people can't climb it.
You don't need to look at your trash cans from the front yard.
No, even because she wanted me to build one of those, where you lift up the thing and you open the doors and you pull them out. Well, the amount of concrete that would have to be over there for that to happen is the same amount of concrete that's there right now. So why not enclose the whole thing?
Yeah,
I know.
I agree.
Plus, I don't have to see the neighbors now.
I don't want her to be mad at me.
I don't have to see the neighbor's dirty yard and the dude blowing his crap in my neighbor. I'm gonna have to step out there today and tell him, you better not be putting this stuff in front of my house.
He probably is.
You parked in front of the house, didn't you?
No, I thought you were going to have landscape guys here. So
he does, but just next time, just park in front. Is that
your landscape guys?
That's what I'm saying. Still park there until
he won't blow so much stuff over there.
Exactly. I won't have to go out there and hit him. I'm going to have to today.
Pound him.
All right, I'm done talking. Now you got that all on record when he shows up.
Yeah, he's bloody and broken.
It was that guy on the radio.
Oh, I was just teasing.
Yeah, I would never. Do that.
I did. I looked at
Operation Firewalk this Saturday.
May 3rd.
Yeah, May 3rd. I can't believe it's not up here. It's usually up here, right here, saying under my name.
Oh, you need to put that. It does say OperationFirewalk.com under your name.
Not on my side.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does it say it over here?
I don't know. As long as it says it, who cares? We are looking for more people if you want to come. Actually, we probably have way more than we need, but that's okay. We like to have extra.
Yep. It's going to be good food. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be some I think that I was looking at the speakers and reading their bios and stuff, and I think they're going to be 2 great speakers.
Yeah, and then I have George, who I didn't put on there, who came to our Rotary and spoke. I'm going to probably have him be on standby because the one guy is probably like, I gave him an hour. He's like, I'll probably be like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, sure. You know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask you
once you get going.
Yeah, I'll ask you some questions.
Yeah.
People might have some other questions while you're at it, and his intro might take a little bit longer. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That's all I have for today. So everything's looking good for us going forward. I got one of my clients got in contract. There was 3 other offers on the property.
Oh, good.
You were talking about the one you were at. There was, $800,000. This is a $600,000 property.
Okay.
And
they competed against how many? 4?
3 other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are 4 offers all told. That's pretty common these days.
Yeah. Well, and the 800,000 had 45 people through their open house or something like that.
There were about 45 people through there on Sunday, and it was open on Saturday.
Oh.
And I heard that it was pretty packed Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Now I did, when I went to show it, I did see 3 of my neighbors. So, the neighborhood does like to see the property.
How many houses in the neighborhood?
How many houses in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Probably 120.
Okay. So then there was nobody who saw
it. Very few. Yeah.
All right. No, I'm just saying I see a difference. I see people looking at, and it's like I told these clients, they were kind of thinking about this house. And I just told them, I said, if you wait on this house,
it'll be gone.
Yeah. And you'll be going, I said, the change is already there. It's happening right now. I can hear it. I can feel it. Rates are slowly ticking down. People know that. People see it coming, and they're taking advantage right now of it. I mean, in a good way.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
All right. That's
I don't work with a lot of buyers. So, I work with a lot of sellers. I've always been more of a listing agent than a selling agent. And I do have, lenders and friends who will refer a buyer to me from time to time, but mostly I work with sellers. It's just the way my career turned out. I don't know.
Well, it's easier to be the listing agent.
Yeah. You don't have
to a certain point.
You don't have to put your
people in the car and
take them, look them around. Unless they're, a lot of my sellers aren't become buyers.
Well, you have to sell something and then buy something else.
Right.
So you do work with buyers. You're just lying.
No, a lot of them are leaving the state.
But then they're buying something else, but you're just referring.
And then the other part of my I do
probates.
I'm a certified probate dude and trusts. And guess what? Don't sell those sellers anything because they're dead.
Yeah. Well, you talk to their trustees.
Yes.
They're beneficiaries.
All
right.
I just want to say something now that Stanislaus County, I guess there's been an old law that they're enacting now, and it's a due on death tax. And the due on death tax is if you're a trust and you die, your estate will have to pay a step up in tax basis from death to whenever the market value was determined on death. County's about 8 months behind, but upon death, they'll reassess the property and take it from its old basis when you owned it. That was maybe you owned it 30 years and your tax basis was pretty small, to its new basis. It'll be like a supplemental tax bill, and it could be fairly large. I just had a client who sold her dad's house last year, and a $3,300 tax bill. So
$3,300. So what typically on a trust, there's a step up, but it's really not, the taxes aren't supposed to change.
Right.
So what law is this that all of a sudden just came about?
Due on death.
I know, but when did this really get put in?
From what I understand, it was an old law that the Stanislaus County wasn't pulling money from, and now they're like, oh, what? I think we found something we can get a little bit more money.
Can you get more information?
I will. I'm going to work on it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right, babe. Make it a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.